Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing some of the love and the light that I've been given as I've been guided along this spiritual path. And I'm going to share it with you because these are the tools that have helped me and assisted me in my journey so far. And these are tricky times that we're in, and there are tricky times to come. And one of the most useful things is to be as self-aware as possible as we go through these tricky times, so that we're conscious of what's going on around us and so that we can navigate this beautiful matrix that we have been born into. So firstly, the first tool is astrology. It's a really great idea if you're struggling to get your birth chart done by a professional astrologer. Your birth chart tells you what ego you chose to be born with in this world, what guise you chose to come into Gaia with, and it helps you to navigate the issues that you're going to face in your life. We manifested this personality. We chose this personality in which to be born, and that personality is how we navigate the world. So astrology, just in terms of your birth chart, is really a fantastic guide to tell you what you as a soul chose as a framework to work with on this planet while you're here in this incarnation. And I found it a really useful tool for me just to work out what structure. It was a framework to help me go forward, and I really recommend getting your own birth chart done so you can find out more about what you chose for yourself, the challenges, the type of personality you chose, and important times in your life that will come up, and big times of challenge and test and growth, and I think that's really useful for everyone. All right, number 2. Numerology, finding out the same thing with maths. So finding out your life path number and working out what the vibration that was chosen for you, or that you helped to choose before you came here, your name, what that means for you, and where you're headed, what your direction is in life, what kind of role you have to play. So many people want to know their purpose, what they're here for, and astrology and numerology can actually give you a framework to tell you what you chose for yourself before the incarnation, so that you can understand what job it is that you can do, how you can be most effective in the world, and how you can use the tools that have been given to you by Source. And I think that's valuable for everyone. Okay, number 3, one of the great tools we've been given is our dreams. Dreams are our subconscious mind communicating very important things to us. So things that come up that are very noticeable. If you have a really vivid dream and you have no idea what it means, have a dream book by your bed just so that you can write these things down immediately. Often it helps just to write down 3 or 4 words of the major things that happen, and then take the next sort of 10 minutes to flesh those words out. This is where you receive messages from the divine and messages from your subconscious that will tell you what's going on. And even if dreams are always crazy, they're allegorical, and they don't immediately mean anything to us, so we have to assess the numbers, if there's important numbers in the dream, important colors. If you're in a car, that means the direction you're going in life. If you're in a house, that means what's going on in your spiritual self. If you're in a laundry, getting cleaning products, then you're getting ready to clean out your internal self. Each room signifies something special, and there's a great book by Betty Bethard. It's called The Dream Book, which I really recommend for navigating this in a spiritual way, which is really what we're here for, huh? Number 4, prayer for others. If you want to help yourself survive these rocky times, committing to praying for others, sending out good energy is a really, really good way to navigate these times. Everyone, let's face it, the planet really needs people to pray for others at this time. There just seems to be so much going on, so many people, so many little children, so many adults, so many families, so many people on their own, so many elderly people. All these people need our prayers, and so we can really help ourselves and other people, raising the vibration by praying for others. And not only that, but it gives us a very calm, beautiful connection to Source, and it takes us outside of ourselves. Sometimes our daily life can really, bother us, and it really just is a really beautiful thing to take a moment and spend some time praying for others, stepping outside of ourselves. Now, another thing I'm going to recommend is recitation of famous mantras and prayers. So things that have been used many, many times in the past before by others. There's a resonant frequency that these prayers and mantras carry, and we can tap into that resonant field and indeed create it around us by using and repeating and reciting those prayers and mantras. So it could be Om Mani Padme Hum, or any other Hindu phrase that you relate to. It could be saying the Lord's Prayer, or the Hail Mary, or any sacred prayer. It doesn't matter what religion or background you're from. Tapping into ones that have been said, like the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. I love that one. Any sacred prayer that's been said many, many times has a resonant frequency, and so if you tap into that, you're creating that resonant field around yourself, and that's very good for you as well, and it once again helps you center, and that's what we need. Another great thing is superhero stance. Now this might sound crazy, but I discovered this myself with a bunch of friends one night, and it's since been talked about in the United States, and that is standing up, putting your hands on your hips, breathing in and looking out like a superhero, like you're Superman. And this gives you this tremendous amount of confidence, and it centers you once again, and centering and bringing ourselves back to that feeling of happiness and confidence is what we're really aiming for when we're on a rocky boat. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, this one's a good one. Loving everything and everyone. Sometimes our brain just gets so overwhelmed with all that's going on in our life. Oh, he didn't talk to me, she didn't love me, I don't have this, I don't have that, oh, she's got that, he's got that, oh, I need a partner, oh, I need a car, oh, I haven't got any money, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. Sometimes we just need to give ourselves a mental margarita and forget about it, and spend some time loving everything and everyone. Loving that plant over there, loving the trees, loving the flowers, loving the little ants, loving the tree trunks that you see on your way to work in the city. Just cuddle the tree trunks, touch the leaves, even if it's a twig. Tell that plant that you love it. Engaging and interfacing in this bio world that we've been given helps to increase your frequency, and then taking that a step further and loving everyone as well you come into contact with. And instead of, we sometimes get into the habit of finding things wrong with people, so instead of doing that, switch it and just find the things that are right with them. Just love them. Isn't it lovely the way that lady stepped aside so that somebody else could be served? Isn't it lovely the way that dad picked up his little kid? Isn't it lovely the way that grandma's still smiling even though you can tell she's got a sore back? Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? Just keep on going down that kind of path. That's going to really help you and ground you and help you in these tricky times. Another great thing to do is, the fact is, people have done this before. There have been many people who've lived on our planet and have faced difficulties themselves before, and these people are called saints and holy people from all religions, all races, all religions, all regions on the planet have saints and holy people who are revered because of the way they dealt with the world around them, and they are people whose lives we can study. They're the real superheroes, and if we can take some time to study their lives, and to study what sort of effect they had on the people around them, and to study how they lived, even just reading their story can often be just so uplifting. And this is just something that I recommend. It's helped me to navigate these times, and I recommend it to you.